Diana's garden. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats high over vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd, a host of golden daffodils, beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze. The blooms of riches sparkled in the soft light, emitting a glow of their own sunlight. Sprinkled throughout the shoreline of Glencombe Bay, small pockets of honey emerged from the underbrush. The branches of the large oak shaded the blossoms from the sunlight, creating rays of lightness and shadows of darkness on the damp forest floor. Moss has since covered the fallen branches, making a carpet of lush green fabric, shielding the logs from the rest of the world. The grasses and leaves have hidden the long-used pathways from the world, almost as if they were forcing the visitors to stay in the field forever. The mountains shield the garden from the natural elements, creating an untouched, hidden field filled with precious gold, safe and undiscovered by those who would harm its beauty. The soft breeze pushed over the hills and rolled down the valleys, creating a symphony of melodies in the limbs of the giants. Like trickling of bells of the lake rang through the trees, bouncing off the trunks of the magnificent dormant beast. Continuous as the stars that shine and twinkle on the Milky Way, they stretched in a never-ending line along the margin of the bay. 10,000 I saw at a glance, tossing their heads in a sprightly dance. Small buds of precious riches are spotted throughout the deep emerald of the grass, appearing like the multitude of planets in the night sky. They flash like shooting stars and are as intricate as the vast galaxy. Each and every individual flower is placed with purpose despite their insignificance to the whole universe, the stars so far away and immeasurable making their beauty seem microscopic. While appearing so minuscule, their enchanting appearance expands far beyond the lights of the night sky. Standing like soldiers, single file along the water's edge, swaying in sync to the songs of the westerly breath. The fragile explosions of colour mimic the movement of the swirl of the wind, composed into a waltz, dipping low and close to the forest floor and jumping high into the air. The waves beside them danced, but they outdid the sparkling waves in glee. A poet could not be so gay in such a jocund company. I gazed and gazed, but little thought what wealth the show to me had brought. The late afternoon light cast flashes of light across the rippling waves, subtle like candlelight upon a mirror. Reflections of the looming rocky giants and the deep green of the emerald surrounds can be seen on the smooth bay. Along the water's edge there is a mix of sand and mud, which is bordered by luscious grass littered with exquisite white and gold flowers. Enchanting as ever, the sight of the valley will leave you breathless, picturesque in all its glory, created by Diana in a way that looks untouched by humans. The trees are overgrown by foliage, and the grass has no paths worn in it by the passing of beings. Perfect in its overrun state, as if that was the intention of the Creator, to be wild and full of life, drawing in those who can truly appreciate the sight of its magnificence, leaving observers breathless and stunned by the expanse of the garden of riches. For oft when on my couch I lie, in vacant or in pensive mood, they flash upon that inward eye, which is the bliss of solitude, and then my heart with pleasure fills and dances with the daffodils. The sweet smell of perfume brings flashes of the field back to me, like photographs or snapshots, overwhelming my mind and transporting me back. The field is enticing, drawing me in like a moth to the flame, teasing my conscience with the thought of escaping reality in my hidden paradise. So simple but overwhelmingly beautiful, contrasting the reality of my world. People these days bask in the idea of the city life, full of noise and energy, but I long for the safety in outdoor getaway in the Valley of Gold. The seclusion of that one field of daffodils, hidden by the mountains and sheltered by the trees, eternal till the end of days, is etched into my mind like writing carved into stone. One day, when the daffodils have wilted and turned into fertilizer, and the field has become home to a horde of people, that day in the distant future when the bay has evaporated and the grasses and all natural things have deteriorated, the foggy images of that once flourishing field will return, igniting the contentment in my heart that my heart felt in the field of daffodils.
Don't know why I'm surprised. Every vessel on its way down takes with it